As is the case with most workers' compensation cases, the real value of any case comes from the difference between what a person used to be able to do before they were injured and what they can now do after they tried to recover but have permanent restrictions on what they can do into the future. In the setting of coronavirus and the permanent damage that we're now seeing it can cause to people's lungs and their heart, the more physically active and demanding the job was for the person who has been permanently harmed by coronavirus, the bigger and more important that workers' compensation case becomes, because there's a bigger gap now between what they used to be able to do and what they can do now as a direct result of permanent lung, heart, or cognitive function damage that the doctors can relate to the infection. That includes anybody that works most of the time on their feet, with their body, doing heavy lifting, having to work quickly. For instance, factory workers, a lot of them are paid by the piece. They got to keep up the lines moving at all times. If they're slowed down because respiratorily they're compromised, or their heart rhythm gets to a point where their body can't perform the way it used to, that's a problem that might cost them their job. If it costs you your job, your only asset at that point really in Iowa is your workers' compensation case. Same for a nurse, a CNA, LPN, all the way up to a registered nurse. If they're exposed and their job requires them as part of being in that job to be on their feet and be able to walk quickly down the halls, jog it sometimes up and down the halls, up and down stairways, pushing large beds, patient beds, doing one-person, two-person assist lifts in residential living facilities and nursing homes. That can be very, very physically demanding, and there's also a safety issue about the people needing to be able to perform those safely. If a permanent condition from COVID compromises the person's ability to be strong, have good endurance, then it's compromised their ability to be safe for themselves, the patients, and all sorts of other liabilities that could be created by a worker who is no longer physically capable of performing what he or she was hired to do. In those environments, you're usually going to get fired, and you need a workers' compensation attorney to go forward and try to get compensation to help make up for your lost earning capacity from that permanent disability.